Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bible study. Today, we are going to do a Bible study from Psalm 139. Let's dive in. I love this scenery, the flowers, everything. That's why it's out there. So, we are in Psalm 139. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. That means God searched for us. You say, like, I searched for God and I found him. But looks like God is telling us that God searched for us. And God knows us, all of us. I like that. Because you feel like you're searching for God and can't find him. But guess what? God searched for you. Verse 2. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You know when I sit, it tells you even physical, when you sit and when you walk, when you rise, when you walk away. Also is in spiritual. You know when I sit, like mean when you are not doing anything, like you're in stagnation mode, you sit down, you're there. When you rise up in the spirit, you're high in the spirit, you're praising Lord, you are giving your best. And God knows, you know. It says, you know when I sit and when I rise. Or when you be promoted in your, like you are like rising in, even though physical, rising in your promotion, rising above your companion. You perceive my thoughts from afar. God knows your thoughts from far away. He knows what you're saying. He knows what you're thinking before. He knows from afar. That means you think like, you know what? God does not know what I'm thinking because he is in heaven and is that far away, and I can do whenever I want because I don't fear God because he can't see me or he doesn't know my thoughts, what I'm thinking. But guess what? That's a lie, and that's a lie from the enemy. It says that God perceived your thoughts from afar. It says, you perceive my thoughts from afar. And these are Psalms of David. So your thoughts, God knows your thoughts. No doubt about it. From far away, he's up in heaven or he's among people. He knows your thoughts. Verse 3, you discern my going out and my laying down. Going out, you could be going out working for God and laying down when you rest and you sleep. Or going down, you discern my going out and my laying down. Or going out could be anything, could be working the ministry, and when you lay down, when you go back to heaven. It means more than just one explanation here. You discern my going out. You discern. When you discern something is in the spirit. That's why it's called the people that discern the spirit is called it's called discernment. You discern things in the spirit. But God discerns when I'm going anywhere. I'll say going out in the spirit, going out, either going astray, going out in the spirit anywhere, or laying down. Anything like laying down, resting again. So sit and rise, going or laying. Either way, God knows where you are and he discerns where you are. You are familiar with all my ways. All, not one way, two ways. all of your way, my way. So God is familiar with everything, where you go, what you do, coming and going, laying down, even sleeping, even in your sleep, God is there. He knows. Rising up in the spirit, you're up or down, whenever you are. Sometimes you are down in the spirit, you're crying, you are not okay. God knows you. God knows that you're not okay. And just to let you know. All right, let's move on. Verse 4. I like this part a lot, a lot, a lot. Not just that, I am putting as a prayer. Every time I pray, I put this in my prayer as well, which is sometimes even 3 times a day. Before a word is on my tongue. Well, I mean, when you speak it out, you use the tongue to speak. You, Lord, know it completely. And what that means, before even your words are coming formed to get them out, when you speak, God already knows them. Why? He knows your thoughts. So when you form those words, He already knows them. Wow. You probably didn't know that. I know it because I say I'm reciting these in my prayers. That you say, Father, before a word comes in my mouth, you know them completely. You know my thoughts. You know the words that are supposed to come in through my mouth. You know them. Wow. So be careful. What are your thoughts? God knows them. Verse 5, you hem me in behind and before me. It means that a hem is like a hem of the garment, is the end of it. It's, for example, this is the hem, right? The end of it. You hem me in behind and before. It's like he's walking, he's finishing what is before you and behind you. Everything is a finished work. So it's finalizing everything before and behind you. And you, which is God, lay your hand upon me. You lay your hand upon me. Who wants for God to lay his hand upon me or him? I do. I want God to touch me, to put his hand upon me, just like that. I would like that to happen. And just to feel the presence of God so intense when he's touching you, it's amazing. I would like that. I like that to happen every day, just to feel his touch. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. Just to know that is too lofty for me to attain. It's marvelous just to know that God is coming before and behind, and his hand is he's laying his hand upon you. That's actually something wonderful. And just to know that, you're just like blessed, I would say, just to know who God is. I like this as well. I like this part. It's beautiful. Where can I go from your spirit? So God, it tells us that God is a spirit. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? Imagine if God is spirit, where can you go? Even though you're in spirit, or just say you want to go in the spirit, but you want to go in the flesh, Where can you go? The spirit goes much faster than the flesh. If I go up to heavens, you are there, because God created heavens. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. So either in heavens, because he created heaven, he's not in heaven because God cannot be where he created. Think about, you create a pair of shoes. Are you going to be in them? Of course not. I know, just that sounds funny. You created the shoes, and then how about you created in them? That's is not your world, of course, but something that you created, you're not going to stay in it. He's above everything else. He's above heavens, above the earth. Simple like that. Imagine to get ourselves, now with the feet, yes, but not all together in the shoes, unless it's a giant one that you can fit. So if, verse 9, okay, so we are like in heaven. If I make my bed in depths, like deeper, you are there, because God is up, down, whenever you go, he is there. Verse 9, if I rise on the wings of the down, where I put a different, I try to put, like, it's hard to get a picture with wings of the down. It's hard. They're probably down has the wings, but I put a bird instead, okay, eagle. And we are in Isaiah there. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Isaiah 40, verse 31. But he says, if I rise on the wings of the down, if I settle on the far side of the sea. So wings of the down, when it breaks from the night to the morning, if I rise on those wings when the night transforms in the day, if I settle on the far side of the sea, like all the way to the other end, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. Why so with the right hand? I'm a right hand. Some people are the left, but most of us, we are right-handed, because that's what you use most of the time. So even though your hand will guide me with your hand, I don't know how you can guide somebody with a hand. Sometimes you gotta push them. I don't know. I don't push nobody in their way, but guide, like you can say, like, here you go, like be a guidance. It's what God says, go this way. This I want you to go. Even there, your hand will guide me. If I go on the end of the sea, your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. Your right hand will hold me. Just try to picture that. God holds you in his right hand. He guides you, tells you, like, go that way, and holds you in his right hand. Verse 11, if I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me. And then you say, like, you know what? I'm going to hide in the darkness. But some people, they lose their way, and they go astray from God, and they are hiding the darkness, and they end up, I don't know, on the streets. They lose their mind. Who knows? But here say, surely, if I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me. Imagine, because God is light. But if even the light becomes dark around, wow, that's kind of scary. If I say that you go in the darkness, but the darkness could be taking drugs, smoking is habits, like bad habits, alcohol, get in that bad way on the darkness streets in the night, you name it what you do in the darkness. Because you say, like, the darkness will hide me, God will not see me, because even the light, if the light becomes dark around you, you are not close to God. You are, I would say, you drifted away from God. Because you don't see light in your way, in your life, you're kind of drifted away. But look at this, what it says. Even the darkness will not be dark to you, because God is light. So the darkness cannot overcome God, because darkness is not dark for God. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. And it is. Darkness might be dark for us, sometimes even light. For people, they run away to hide in the darkness from God. But for God, darkness, it's not darkness, because God comes with the light like a big sun, and it covers you with the light and lights you up. If you are in that situation right now, call upon God and He will come with the light. You can say, Heavenly Father, I'm in the darkness right now. I know I ran away from being rebellious. I ran away from what you had for me. And now I'm in the darkness of the darkness. Help me, get me out of here. Come with your light and cover me. Get me out of here. I don't want to stay in the darkness no more. So you can say that for yourself. Let's move on. I love this. Another one I love. I love a lot from these Psalms. In general, I like them because they're easy to understand and they have so many things in it we can learn. It says, for you created, this verse 13, you created my inmost being. You knit me. Knit me? Crochet is one hook. Knit me with two needles. Like you knit me together in my mother's womb. Now, either the mother wanted you or not, I don't know your details, but God wanted you. He knit you together in your mother's womb. If you are not in good relation with your mom, don't worry. God has you. He wanted you. You are a blessing, and He wanted you to be a blessing for others. So He knit you together in your mother's womb. Your mother was the carrier of you coming into this world, into the light. 14, I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I praise you, God, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So if there's a reason to praise God, because He created us and we are we're in the fear of God because He created us so wonderful. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. And we should probably, you and me, we should know that for now, that we are wonderfully well. Verse 15, my frame was not hidden from you. Frame, it's like a frame. When you frame it, is the all around picture is a frame. Was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. And I was woven together in the depths of the earth, like just that when in cellular level. It was not hidden, neither at that stage. You were not hidden from God. Your eyes saw my unformed body. God knew. He saw you in the cellular level. He saw you, was not even formed, was nothing there. just some cells together. Like cellular level is very minuscule. You need to get, very like a microscope, something to see it much deeper in the cellular level. All the days ordained for me. What? Say that again. All the days ordained. So all the days are ordained for us. All. They are actually ordained before the time. All the days ordained for me were written. It's not just like spoken, or it may spoken, or whenever it's like flies away from things. Were written in your book, in God's book, not just any book, in God's book. So all the days. So when you come on the earth, even before that, when you're like just formed, like in the cellular level, God has a book, and you ordain all your days from the beginning to the end. You're going to live 100 years, for example, and is what you're going to do, and is what is going to be. All the days were ordained, not mentioned it, and maybe it will happen. Ordained. Ordained is like ordered. So you order, when you are like a judge, you order things to happen. Okay, and it will happen. And like God is the same thing. He ordained. He puts them so in the ahead of time. And they're not just like, okay, like maybe or not. They're written. They're written. If you open those books, if you're able to read those books, you can see all what happened with your destiny. And it says, let's go again. I like this verse 16. Your eyes saw my unformed body. I say in the cellular level. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. So not even one day. You didn't even have one day on the earth. I was just saying, in your mother womb, you don't even have a day yet, neither in the cellular level. But all those days were ordained before you even came into your mother womb, before even one day came to pass. So just say cellular level, and then from one day to another, you're like multiplying several cells from one day to another. Neither that. It was nothing first, but then God knew it. This is going to happen, goes to the mother, and are the days already ordained what is going to be. Wow. Don't you love that? That God already knows even that so details. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. How precious to me are your thoughts. I wish we can read God's thoughts. He does read our thoughts. How vast is the sum of them, because there are so many. How precious to me are your thoughts. And then not just that, his thoughts are about us, all of us. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. So if you count the thoughts of God, there are so many. They are more than the sand on the shore of the sea. Or it says grains of sand, which, like, think about the sand is under the ocean, under, all over. I mean, whenever we have oceans, whenever we have sea, whenever we have like sand, is a lot. They're outnumbered. That's how many thoughts God has, and especially for us, with us. And I like this part as well. Think about when you wake up tomorrow morning. When I awake, I am still with you. And more than that, you think like you are still with God, but I think God is with you. In the morning, God is still with you. When you go to sleep, He is there watching you. When you get up, He's there with you. He's still with you. Whether you are with Him or not, He is still with you. Wow. Let's keep going. If only God would slay the wicked. This is a part that David had lots of enemies, and this is 130, some 139 might be, probably he wrote towards the end, but he is mentioning about the wicked and evil. If you only God would slay the wicked away from me, you who are bloodthirsty. They speak of you with evil intent. So he's talking to God, that these wicked people, they are stalking. So people like enemies of God, they speak with evil intent. Your adversary misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. So David says that his enemies, God are his enemies. Who is God's enemy? Satan. That was he's on he can be in heaven. He doesn't have business there no more unless he comes to the courts of heaven, and it comes to fight God's people. And it says bloodthirsty, wicked, with the evil intent, and they're everything that is coming against God. And if you make those things that is against God, you're going to fail. It's what the enemy wants you. God will protect. Yeah, I like that one. God will protect. I put it as a picture there, from harm, danger, and all forms of evil. But if you know those people are against God and you follow them, you're in rebellion with God. Then those becomes your friends. Then them and you will be against God, because they suck you into their evil things and evil thoughts, and you lose God's way. So hate evil, I mean, do not have nothing to do with evil. That's pretty much what it says here. Have nothing to do with evil. People that hate God, they will hate you for sure. And if they want you with them, they make sure that you hate God as well. So stay away. Because God can make your enemies your friends, but make sure God does that, not you. Search me, God, and know my heart. He already knows our heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Now, heart is actually soul. Is your soul, is your mind, will, and emotions in three. So your soul is composed in three. And in the Bible, heart is mentioned as a soul. So when it says like, search me, God, and know my heart, search inside my soul, test me and know my anxious thoughts, because as I say, your soul is made of mind, which your thoughts are held, will, and emotions. So any of those like ancient thoughts in your mind and in your emotions, because the anxious there is an emotion. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Okay, so it's very important. So David put this to the last. Now, because he's fighting, so he put that little paragraph there. He's fighting probably the evil ones, wicked ones, that coming against him, and he hates them. But if in the meantime it develop any offensive against even the evil or anybody else, he asks God to search inside him to see where he is. And he does not want to be offensive. See if there's any offensive way in me, because that is what the enemy is waiting to get you down. If you're offensive, like somebody did something against you and you hold grudge about that, you don't wanna forgive, don't wanna forget, and you keep going like that, the enemy has you on their pinky. They has you strong there. So we're supposed to forgive everybody and forget. Forgive and forget. Do not have any offensive way. Like anything like they did, let it go. I would say, let it go. Forgive and forget. Just say, you know what? Or even you can tell the person, like, I have nothing, I forgive you. Whenever you did to me, I don't want to remember. I forgive you. I erased it and I have peace. Because your peace returns back to you. But if you keep holding on that thought or whenever, like, no, he did or she did that to me, you're holding on that so strong. It leads you, you're not better than the evil then. It leads you in the wrong way because it eats you inside out. Anxious and become anxious and it builds up and then gets more like a trauma and they can attack you. Is how the enemy can attack you and leads to other medical issues and other problems. So search me, God, and know my heart, know my soul, know what's going on in my heart, in my mind, will, and emotions. Test me and know. Test, put me to test and know if I have anxious thoughts or not. Test me. That sometimes it gives you the clue. Hey, you're anxious for that. It was nothing. That person was not. They can forgive that. There's nothing happened. See if there is any offensive way in me and lead me in the way of everlasting. Because if there's something offensive, God will not lead you to everlasting. Because you need to deal with that first. And we want God to lead us to everlasting. And I like Psalm 25 there. Show me your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. May follow your paths. May go on your paths. Make sure that you path on the righteousness because God's paths are always in righteousness. Wow, I hope you understand this part is very important, very, very important. The end. And I put more like a fall. It's beginning fall here. It's October. We are towards the end of October. So this picture probably is more likely. And somewhere in the mountains. All right. Psalm 139. You can recite it. You can memorize it. You can read it before you go to bed, during the day, whenever you think like you don't know what to pray. This is a good one to pray. And make it from your heart. Make it, just put your heart into it. That, Father, you knew me before even I was created. Before even one day came, you knew me. You knew all my days. How precious and wonderful you are. I can keep going. You formed me. You formed me in my mother's womb. Even in that cellular level, you love me. You knew me. You raised me. You guided me. You are with me. You are behind me and above me, on the sides, everywhere. You go with me. I try to hide. If I try to hide in the darkness, you're finding me because you are the light. You bring the light into my darkness. If I try to go on high in heaven, you are there. But if I go on the depths, even on the depths of the sea or the earth, you find me. Everywhere I go and I try to hide, you're finding me. I cannot hide from you. You're everywhere and you love me. You hold me in your palm. You're taking care of me. And when you even defend my enemy and you guide me to make sure that I'm not offensive with anybody, and make sure I have everlasting life. You love me so much. You're thinking about me. And when I wake up in the morning, you are with me and you're being with me whole night. So it's a kind of prayer we want to do. And I thank you that you're wonderful and you're precious. I praise you, Father. And in Jesus' name, I pray, amen. So I hope you enjoyed this Bible study as much as I enjoy it. Till next time, I say goodbye. Goodbye now.